Hey, this is Chris Holcomb. It's Terrific Tuesday, however, this is probably going to be a delayed video because I'm out of town, as you can see. I just want to give you guys an FYI and stay in touch, and I do apologize if it's not going to be uploaded that day that I recorded it. It does happen. Everything doesn't work perfectly, so it's going to be a wonderful Wednesday, I guess you would say. I want to give you guys a quick update. Just an FYI for out-of-town investors, out-of-state investors, out-of-the-country investors that want to buy properties with Section 8. One thing to be aware of, I know I mentioned it on a video a long time ago, but just wanted to give you a reprieve, or reprieve, or whatever you want to say, precisely because it happened to me. The amount you are paid, let's make it clear, Section 8, going by the DHC, the Detroit Housing Commission, doesn't pay the entire rent. So let's say you want $800 a month and you got someone potentially who wants to rent your property. It has Section 8, where they're not giving you $800. They're giving you $800 totally, meaning from the tenant is going to pay a partial, and also from the Detroit Housing Commission. So the Detroit Housing Commission is saying, hey, we'll give you $700. That tenant must pay $800. Must pay that extra $100. Now, most people probably, when you get the property, you're like, oh, that's cash flowing $800. And they don't tell you that unless you are experienced with Section 8. Secondly, you have to have one important document, it's a lease agreement, indicating what they'll pay. Because without that, you don't have that arrangement. Even though the Detroit Housing Commission, quite a secret, might say this is how much the tenant want to pay, if it doesn't equal up to what you ask for rent, then that person can't stay there unless you make an arrangement with them that subsidize the amount that you need. So if it's $800 and the Detroit Housing Commission only giving $650, and they say the tenant should only give you $50, which would be $700, and you're asking for $800, either you don't take the tenant or you make an agreement that the tenant will pay the additional $100. So these are things to know, I would say. Be aware when you deal with Section 8 and verify who's paying what. Even though it's a $900, a $750, find out how much the Detroit Housing Commission is paying, because sometimes between that year, because it's only a year lease, so the next year they could go down. So you have to be aware of that and be prepared for that. In vacancy surplus, meaning you have money saved up for vacancy, just in case, you have to kick that Section 8 person out, because if you can't come with an agreement, and Detroit Housing Commission is not going to negotiate with you. So you need to know exactly what you're dealing with, you know, because if it's only $50, maybe you can deal with that, but it's sometimes can be decreased. It's never going to increase, I would say. I've never seen that happen. I want to give you guys a heads up. So when you are dealing with someone that already got a cash flowing property that says Section 8, verify how much that tenant is paying and how much Section 8 is playing, because that gives you a picture and gives you a forecast of what may happen in the future if it does decrease. So that's just a heads up. It happened to me. It decreased dramatically, in fact, and luckily I have the agreement verbally and setting up a new lease agreement indicating what they'll pay. Because if they like the place, a lot of times they'll make it happen, or at least be resourceful and coming up with the funding you may need to keep the amount you're charging for rent. Because that's crucial. That number makes sense. It makes your ROI, it makes everything else. So that's the tricky thing with Section 8. It's not guaranteed money. Oh, I'm just going to get it straight in the bank. Yeah, you'll get what they give you, but that's not the total rent you're going to get. So don't think Section 8 is when people tell you that that's flat rate. No, that's a partial rate. And you need to find out how much Detroit Housing Commission, if it's in Detroit. Michigan out here, the state of Michigan is different. I don't know. I've never had a tenant that deals with the state of Michigan, but I think they're more flexible. I think they work more with you. I think they're more customer service oriented. I ain't gonna say Detroit Housing Commission sucks. It's just a little more difficult. So as I will always say, you guys enjoy this video. If you like it, click like. If you got any questions regarding Section 8 or your experience and you'd like to share it, definitely provide the feedback. If you'd like to see more videos, click on the link that says watch more Chris Holcomb TV. And as always, stay focused, stay committed, and stay consistent. And I'll catch you guys on the next video.